There are many things coming our way in 2023 that we cannot control or prevent. However, we should never see ourselves as victims of circumstances that will come our way. There is one very important aspect that will always remain under our control, and that is our decision as to what person I am and you are going to be. Despite and in the face of many uncertainties, determining who we are remains largely under our control. At this point, it is the passage from the prophet Isaiah that becomes relevant. The prophet was writing, as I said, about 700 years before the birth of Jesus. The first 39 chapters of his writings deal with the impending doom that awaits the Israelites because the Assyrians, the nation that had grown in strength, was expanding its borders and expanding its control over neighboring nations, which included the Israelites. However, in the face of this seemingly hopeless situation, from chapter 40 onwards, Isaiah reminds the Israelites who they are and who they can continue to be. He reminds them of the characteristics that befit the people of God, and that irrespective of the situations or unfavorable circumstances that confront them, determining who they are remains in their hands. It is from this section of Isaiah's writings that the passage before us that we read comes. Later Christians, the early Christians, looked back to the writings of the prophets and identified passages like this one and others like it as prefiguring the character of the Messiah, how he would live his life. And many of the New Testament writers in the Gospel quote passages like this. He will open the eyes of the blind, free those in dungeons, and let the captives go free, and give ears to those who are deaf. It is therefore relevant to us because it is within our power to live and conduct ourselves, irrespective of what confronts us. The main points that come from this passage are, firstly, and unfortunately the verses are not marked in the passages before you, but it is verse 5 in the Bible. The world belongs to God, and more importantly, it is God who has given us the breath of life. If we take that as our basis, the world belongs to God, and it is God who has given me the breath of life, then we've made one of the most important decisions of our lives, which no one can take from us. In other words, the attitude that we adopt and on which we can live our lives is that our lives are not our own, but a gift from God. Furthermore, the world in which we live also belongs to God. When we decide to take that understanding of who we are as the foundation upon which we take our stand, our lives take on a new orientation, which others cannot take away from us. Such a decision also gives us a new perspective on the challenges that do and will confront us. If our lives belong to God, then the need to pursue a personal quest of self-preservation and self-justification is greatly diminished. Why do we need to do that if we belong to God and our lives are a gift?